Welcome to Des Rose Radio.
But yeah, so here we are on Monday, finally doing a podcast kind of early a little bit because we got home early, and usually I'm on campus another 2.5 hours, but we came home because I'm exhausted, and the whole day I kept thinking it was Monday, but it's Tuesday because yesterday I just stayed home. Alright, so let me see if I could play something until I get myself set up so I could talk. Actually, what I have to do is I want to get some coffee before I start talking. Because there's a couple things I want to talk about, but let's see, let me get set up. What can I play here? Let's check out the music. So I just got home. I'm checking out the computer, checking out if there's any news I've missed. Actually, just reading. It's settling down. And I wanted to do a proper podcast. Like, I really wanted to do a proper show and sit, in the regular computer where I could play my music and all that. But I am so tired. Like, I'm exhausted. And I think my body is fighting something. Like, I'm about to get sick, but I'm fighting it. So, it's going to be one of those nights. I could tell. But these are the last weeks. Actually, today and maybe some of next week. But this week is the last of everything being due. And so I'm close to being on vacation and being able to do this stuff. So, I wanted to, well, not brag. I guess we're going to brag here. No, I won't. This has been a really interesting last 3 months for me. And the last 3 months, with as much work as I've been putting in, I've got some good things, good offers of things to do in my future that I really have to debate. And the only time I question it is on days like this. Because yesterday I had to stay home because I started feeling sick. Today I went to campus, but I started feeling sick, so I had to come up early. And it's only when I get like that I'm thinking, what am I doing? I should just stay at home, stay in bed, be disabled. Why am I trying so hard? And it's like, because I'm not ready to just lay down and let it happen. I'm still got some life. I'm still somewhat young or youthful. And I still want to do these other things with my life. I'd rather stay home when I absolutely cannot do anymore. And that's why I named the show No Excuses. Everybody's got their ailments, everybody's got their stuff, and everybody's aging. You got life situations that happen, but you should still try. And there are some YouTube videos I put out talking about this, and I didn't realize how many people think about this and stuff. So I guess I'm going to start putting that on my podcast. I'm going to start talking about it more. I know I talked about it a lot over the years, but, kind of hopefully motivate somebody to get up and do something, do something with your life. Make it complete. Do something you've never done before. Create your bucket list. I know, I'm a lot of talk right now because I feel sick. I ain't doing shit tonight. I'm just going to lay here. Oh, actually, I was going to go make coffee. That's why I have this podcast on the phone, because I don't trust myself to sit at the computer right now. And if you notice, my breathing is kind of erratic. So I'm not being a mouth breather or anything like that, but it's kind of erratic. it's my anemia is coming back really bad. So it sucks. Like today I had to take 3 iron, and I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know what it is, but it's coming to the point where looking for somewhere else to live, because I have a real strong feeling that it's where I'm living. It's the air quality. It's the contamination of the water out here. It's the crops. All these factors are making me feel ill all the time. And I had to sit there and really think about it. Like, when we moved from the coast to here, like at the coast, I never was sick. Like, never. I rarely felt dizzy. I was fine. And then when we moved out here to the desert, I started having these kind of problems. And I'm like, what the hell? And then the heat. Okay, first let me just bitch, okay? The heat is ridiculous. Oh my God. Like, what the hell? I know, I'm all over. Okay, I gotta get me coffee. I just got home, so I got home, and the first thing I did is I plopped on my bed, my expensive mattress, which was a bad investment. I mean, it was a good investment, but it's a bad investment because I swear, while I'm out, I'm just thinking about my mattress. I'm thinking about my sheets. Like, oh, I can't wait to be in my sheets. I can't wait to go home. It's been bad. Because at least when I had this stupid bed, I didn't go to sleep unless I was like barely ready to pass out. Now I'm like, just go lay down. Oh my God, what is with this pot? I think it's broken because I turned this on. Oh, it evaporated my water. I have this pot, like, you put water in it and you press a little thing and it boils it for your coffee. And then when it's done, it's supposed to flip up. Well, lately, I drink the coffee and it's like burning. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why is it burning my mouth? And I've been catching it, and it's staying on. Like, it's still like reheating or something. And I pressed this sucker about 20 minutes ago, and it was still on. I guess I'm going to have to use regular milk. I may have to end this podcast and do this through the computer because I think my phone is going to mess. My phone's going to mess up. Hold on. Oh, where's my spoon? Sorry, there's a lot of noise. Hold on, I gotta get to my... Ow. Okay. There we go. I'm back. It took all my water. Yeah, I might have to restart my show, I think. I'm going to have to find a more comfortable area because I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. But I wanted to do a podcast. Like, I felt like it when I was laying down. Now I don't. Now I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I on here? Because I want to go watch a movie. All right. Okay. There we go. Now I will try to focus a little bit. Okay. Okay then. I'm sorry, I'm having like a mini meltdown. I'm so tired. But I have so much to say, but then I don't have anything to say. Like at all. And there's no music to play while I think about it. I don't know if I should go out there and just do it on my computer. But let's see. It's 8:30 in the evening here in Bakersfield. I'm recovering from this weekend and just feeling like crap. I think I'm getting sick. So let me lay back down. All right. Now we're going to do podcasts from my bed because this feels so good. I'm telling you, like, it feels really good. All right, so the other day I was tripping out, and I was tripping out over this for like 2-3 days, okay? I don't know what it was that made me think about this. I was watching these, animal cops or these rescue animal shows on YouTube. And I was watching various ones like that. And then I also was watching, or I saw something about, insects, things like that, like nature insects. But when I was watching the one, like with the rescue animals and stuff, I started tripping out. I started thinking, oh my God, have you guys ever thought about this? Like, you could have been born someone's pet, right? Like, how fortunate we were to be born human. Like, what if we were born a cat? And you had to sit there and depend on someone to take care of you. Or, they're thrown out in the streets and they need to fend for themselves. Things like that. Or what if you were born like a fish and all you did was swim around and eat other fish? Like that world. Oh, no, what made me think about? Oh, dolphins. Yeah, and then I was watching this thing on dolphins. And that too, they're, and animals that have saved lives, human lives. And wondering, what a trip. Like, how fortunate we've been to be born human. Because we could have easily been born something else. Right? Where your life would have been totally dependent on human care. It really tripped me out. Like, it really tripped me out because people think lives of animals are it's not the same level as a human life, but it is because, like, like a wolf will have their cubs, their puppies, right? And they would have their babies, and they would have to fend for them just like a mother would. Or, apes or chimpanzees, they care for their families the same way we do. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but the love is there. Or dolphins, or dogs, like puppies, all they want is love, like a baby. And I was just tripping out on it. And it, like, for 2 days, like, the whole idea that, oh my God, I could easily have been that dog, or I could have easily been that cat. What a trip. Like, that's like mind-blowing stuff. And people don't see it the same. Like, and they're there, they have fears and stuff, but they're innocent, and they sit there and they count on you to take care of them. Like, they're really, if it wasn't for humans stepping in, people stepping in, a lot of them wouldn't survive, right? I don't know. I don't know, I think I just discovered animals or something. Like, just something like that just tripped me out for days. Like, oh. And then what if you were born, like, what if you were born an insect? Like, you were born an ant, right? And so you just wake up and do ant stuff. Like, I don't know what ants do, but they just walk on things and eat or something. I don't know what they do. That'd be trip out. Or like, what if you were born an elephant and you're just huge and you just walk around? And then when you watch elephants, them too, they have like, they remember people, they take care of their babies, they have a family pack that they walk around with. And then you get like outsiders and other things like dangerous situations where people try to kill and eat them. Isn't that weird? I don't even know what made me think of that. I think it was because I was watching that stuff on YouTube and it just like tripped me out. And it really what started was like the puppies, the dogs. Like they were totally saving these dogs. And you find, there was one they found on living in a junkyard in a car, and it had mange. And from the time that they rescued it to the time it was healthy, it took only 7 weeks. So from 7 weeks, it was near death. Its fur was all gone. It was dying, it was skin and bones. And in 7 weeks, it had new fur, it gained weight, and it was happy. And it was like they were able to adopt this pet out. And then I thought, okay, this is really similar to people, right? So no matter what your situation, you can change. 7 weeks. 7 weeks is, to change your life in 7 weeks is attainable. And not saying a drastic change, but change it enough to where you could take your life in a whole different direction, right? Even if you have illnesses and stuff like that, like you can improve your situation to the best of your ability in 7 weeks. If an animal or a lost puppy with love and, basic things of caring can turn around, can, change their situation in 7 weeks, we as people can too. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought that was so interesting. And then, actually, I should do a piece of art on this or something. But the whole thing with the animals just tripped me out. The last time this happened, but this one wasn't as, well, I guess it was the same. I think I told this story before. I was listening to this meditation music. And it was right after a surgery I had about 10 years ago on my foot, right? Like the second phase or whatever. And someone put this meditation music on for me. So I was listening to it, and I was falling asleep. And as I was falling asleep, well, to make a long story short, I dreamt that I was a wolf. And I could feel my body running through the forest. I could hear my heartbeat. I could feel my breath as I was running and stuff. And then when I realized I was a wolf, I woke up. I totally tripped out, but I was running fast. Like I was running through the forest all quickly and like just like badass, like just. Well, okay. So now I'm thinking about how easily we could have been born animals or someone's pet. And that those are lives too. That, I don't know. Or you could have been born a bug. Like, what if you were just a grasshopper and all you did was like hop? That's it. Like, you just hopped around until someone ate you. is it just me, or am I just seeing something that most people don't see? And I think it's like just life. I guess, life. All right. So that's one of those things I was thinking about this last couple weeks that I wanted to talk about. But also, it comes down to, with your own life, don't make any more excuses. And what I mean is, like, I was talking to someone trying to help them out. They were like, well, I don't have no money. And I was like, well, why don't you do this? Oh, I don't have this. I go, well, you could do this. Oh, I can't do that. Well, I can't get a card. I can't do this. There was an excuse for every damn suggestion. And it wasn't like what I was telling them what to do. I was just trying to give them possibilities. And finally I said, okay, well, I don't want to hear you complain about this anymore. Because you are not even trying. You have excuses. And like this one person, they have disabilities like me, and they were asking me for advice. They're like, oh, well, how do I go about this? And what if I want to get myself retraining and this and that? And I was like trying to give advice, but they haven't done shit. And then they keep asking me for money. And it's like, stop asking me for fucking money. I don't mind helping people that are helping themselves, or if their situation is real dire, like beyond their control. But it's like, no, I just gave you all this advice. I gave you all these things that you could have done in the last 2 months. And I told you, if you don't attempt or try to do these things, in 2 months you're going to be in the same damn situation. And I was right. What is wrong with people? So they just assume, oh, somebody, will take care of it. And it's like, no, you're not grasping it. Or you're just too lazy. Now, I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody, but sometimes I just feel like I'm repeating myself, and yeah, people are like, oh yeah, give me thumbs up, give me likes, leave great comments on the videos and stuff like that. But then you see them later and they're still in the same situation. It's like, I can't do it for you, but here's some advice. You can go to this place, talk to this person, you can do these steps and get there. Like, just try. And like, nobody wants to try. They just all want to be stuck in the same damn situation. But I won't complain because there's 1 or 2 people that actually do try. So, okay. So where was I going with this? All I know is I just messed up my leg because I was sitting stupid on the bed. I should have sat at the computer. I should check to see if this is still on. Alright, it's still on. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to say is, no matter what you want to do or accomplish or things that you wish you could do, there really is no excuse, and you should try your best to do that. If you want to travel, but you're saying that I can't, I'm poor, I'm broke, I got this, I got that, I got this. You're not going to travel, okay? So just give it up. Just don't even think about it. Because if you really, really wanted to do that, you would get off your butt and try to think of something, because weeks and months later, you're going to be in the same situation. So you might as well take a chance, right? I guess that's what it is, the fear of taking a chance. It's a risk. All of it's a risk. Selling on eBay is a risk. Going to thrift stores, trying to find things to sell is a risk, because you're spending your money in hopes of making money. But you were going to spend that money anyways. Don't lie. You're going to spend it anyways on something stupid like McDonald's or something. I'm kind of ranting. I'm sorry. I'm kind of ranting. I'll tell you why. Because there's one or two people that I feel like I just wasted my time. Like I sat there trying to help. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it to the podcast. That's it. I'm not spending any more time of my footwork and my time to help somebody if they're just going to turn around and not help themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a waste of my time. I mean, okay, if you're in front of me and you're starving and I have bread and you're hungry, I might give you some of my bread. But I'm not going to go to the store and buy you a bunch of bread just so you can come to me next month and ask me to buy you groceries. Especially if you're not doing anything. Actually, I should see if anybody's in my chat room. I gotta go on my tablet. This podcast is so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Okay, did I not tell you I'm not feeling good? But I just started thinking about all that. So I guess this one will go under Simply Desert since I'm having a mental breakdown. I'm having an emotional something. Because I'm right in the middle of finals. I am too. Like, I'm right in the middle of finals. There's only really 1.5 weeks left. And I have to rush. I got one PowerPoint to do. I'm doing this work, actually, which I'm really excited about. You know how I've talked about tiny homes before and buying plots of land and making your own home out of the shipping containers and stuff like that? Well, I actually have an opportunity to do the whole plan and submit it to, where they make homeless habitat for the homeless or something. So if it gets chosen, that'd be cool, because then I can actually see one being made. But, so that's one of the last things. And then, so I got that, a PowerPoint. I guess that's it. But it's stressful because I have to go sit at the computer and type. All right, let me go see if there's anybody on my Spreaker. I'm not sure. It's almost 9 o'clock. I may be back later because, like I said, I'm not feeling that great, and I think I need to just lay down. But I was thinking about all this stuff. And it's kind of hard without music. Alright. Let me see if I'm online. Okay, well, I've been on for 28 minutes. 28-minute rant. I can't get on there yet. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I'm waiting for this. All right. There I am. Hey, Mike, what's going on? All right. We're freaking sick of it. It's not stupid. Hey, Mike, nice to see you. DJ Baby Boy. Don't you read your comments? Well, okay, he already left. Alright, nice to see you, DJ Bad Boy. Yeah, I read my comments if I'm online. Sometimes I do my podcast on my phone, like right now, and I can't see anything. I can't see the chat room. I mean, technically, I could go on it and look, but if I do, I'm going to get kicked off. It'll cut. Oh my god. Can you hear that car? It's ruining my podcast. Alright. Wherever I'm sick of it, it's not stupid. So I guess that's what my thing is. I've been thinking a lot about life and what you do with it. How precious it is. And not even just for people in general, but for animals as well. And I'm not saying this like trying to sound like a tree hugger or anything like that. But I don't think people respect life as it is. Like, they have a respect for it, and realize that you only have it for a short time. And then just how fortunate you are that you were born a human being, right? Because you have the opportunity to use your mind with, you can use your body, your mind, to experience things that most living things can't. And when somebody wants to end their life, or they want to just sit there and let their life pass by and feel sorry for themselves and, want to end it and feel like they have nothing, in one way it's kind of selfish, and another way it's ignorant. They don't appreciate what they have. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Life, we don't want to be enablers. Exactly. You want to appreciate what you have, and appreciate it. And if you're an American, we are blessed. Believe it or not, okay, with all the complaints with the politics and all this other stuff, we are very blessed compared to other countries. And, you do have violence, you do have bad areas, like some are really bad areas. I listen every night to the radio 911 scanner, and I listen to Chicago. And the reason why I pick Chicago is because it's going ongoing day and night. And when you listen, these people are like 20 years old, 18 years old. Then you got domestic violence and stuff. But you have at least 4 suicide attempts every time I hear the scanner. Just in Chicago. So you got all these different things. You got a lot of people like domestic, and I mean as far as girlfriend-boyfriend relationships. Just all these things. And you can try to change it. And I'm not saying if you don't have the means, but if you have the will and you have the desire to try to change your life into something else, you can do it. There is like absolutely no reason not to, especially now when you have the internet. There is some communication to the outside world. Now, if you were like back in my day, when the computer was very new, you had to depend on your house phone. That was it. You had to go to the library to look up things. You had to go through the phone book to find places that would help you, right? For like counseling, if you wanted the state to help you. You had to go through a lot of channels and really spend the whole day on the phone going through resources. Now you got the computer. You get on there and you punch in your area, and there's tons of it. If you need somebody to talk to, there are tons of hotlines. There are sites where you can always find somebody that is going through the same stuff as you to talk to. But keep in mind that it is the internet, and some people are just trolls. They mean you harm, or they really don't care. But you could be, just kind of be wise to it. But chances are you will find somebody to communicate with you, to, help. It's just like this podcasting. I started the radio podcasting just for my own therapy. It was just for my own, I'm serious. It was just so I could talk into something without looking stupid. So I wasn't talking to myself. I was talking to the outside universe, internet world, right? I'm sorry, Mike. I'm on just a rant. First of all, I'm super hyper right now, but at the same time, I'm super tired and I'm hungry, and I don't feel well. So I'm having one of those nights. This is just as bad as when I had surgery, I think. So I'm just like out there. Okay. All right. So where was I going with this? Oh, so I've been talking more about this stuff on YouTube. Um, and I think it's a good thing. So that's what else I've been doing on when I can. But I got 2 weeks. So these next 2 weeks I will be working hard just trying to pass my classes and be on vacation. Now I haven't decided what to do with the master's program yet. I really haven't made the choice because I know it's going to be a commitment, and I don't know, as much as I want to, I kind of don't know if that's the direction I want to go, because I'm really looking to open a studio instead, because it's kind of one of those things, like, I got to do it now. If I've always wanted one, and I'm of age, I have the knowledge, I have the ability right now, and I can have, I know plenty of people who would help with it. So that is one of my options. Either that or I stay in for another 4 years, which is one thing I want to do too. So I'm not sure, but we'll see how that goes when I get to it. Yeah, Mike, how is your shows going in the morning? I'm able to listen to some here or there, like late at night, but I haven't been able to catch the morning live shows. Also, there was somebody else on here, Gene Rowley. I don't know what happened to his show. I don't see it on Spreaker anymore, so I don't know where they went. But I haven't been able to really listen, because your 2 shows in the early morning were the ones I would listen to. And I hope you guys didn't think I abandoned you. It's just I'm in school right now. I've got classes, so like my whole day is shot. I can't. And now that time is a little bit too early because, I'm barely trying to wake myself up. And then we're out of the house by 8, so. Okay. I would play a song right now to take a rest, but I don't have no music on the phone. That's one of the things. Yeah, so I want to talk about No Excuses. The Christian Nudist? That's an interesting title. That's an interesting title. I've got to go listen to that one. Yeah. So I guess I was kind of ranting. I don't know, it's just disheartening, when people... I thought I meet a lot of people who do that, and I don't know what it is. They just don't have the confidence, or they really don't want to do anything. They want to complain, like, for their situation, but they really don't want to change. Like, they're so willing to blame somebody else, Oh, well, these people are taking our jobs. These people are, making me pay taxes. And it's like, dude, you're not paying taxes because you're not working. First of all, okay? Well, I worked for 20. Well, you're not working right now. You're not paying nothing. So it's like, I think like that. But these, like, the people that usually complain like that are the very people that won't take the job anyways. What are they talking about? You're in the situation because you're not trying. You can't blame other people. Sometimes things happen that you don't expect, like your house could burn down, a loss of a loved one, something that changes your situation to worse, but you've got to try. And that's what I was saying, like, you have the ability, you have the mental, physical ability to try to change it. You just got to be sick of it and make a choice and change it. Just do your best. Of course, you can't totally control things. If you get illnesses like serious like cancer, things like that, you can't control those things. But you can improve your situation to at least have peace. You check yourself spiritually, check yourself physically, mentally. Just keep it all going. Because it's when you sit there and just stay stagnant and not grow, that's when things start going really bad. Because you're not growing, you're not moving, you're not you're alive. You should wake up and say, oh my God, I woke up. I'm still alive. I still have the day. I could still do something today. Right? And even if it's today you're going to make lasagna. Okay, you have that in mind. Today I'm going to make me a big old thing of lasagna homemade. And you go to the store and you buy your ingredients and you're looking up recipes and you spend the whole day trying to make this thing and you make it. And then you pig out and you're like, okay, now what? You still did something. You did something positive. It may be not long term, but hey, you learned how to make lasagna. And then now the next time it's going to be easier. Right? Okay, another person can go, I always wanted tulips. I love tulips. I've always wanted tulips. And you wake up and you say, you know what? I am going to plant tulips. I'm going to see if I can grow them. Now, of course, you have to live in a wintry area because tulips, they hibernate during the winter. Okay, you have to plant them while it's cold, and then they spring up once a year kind of thing. It's very difficult. But you go, okay, I don't have a lot of money, but I can go to the 99-cent store because I know the 99-cent store has pots. And even if you don't have pots, let's say you're super ass broke, right? And you don't have pots, you can go get some cardboard and you can make a big old box, like a rectangular box, and fill it with sand and put it, I'm thinking if you don't have a yard, okay? You can just come up with something and plant your plants. And you could spend the whole day doing that and just water them, and then you're done. And then you did something. You did something interesting. You did something different. And you didn't just sit there. Right? Now I'm getting hungry. It's about, yeah. Oh, it's about being yourself at the show? Oh, that's pretty cool. But do you know what I'm saying? So, let's see. What else? Okay, well, those are examples. But these are examples of things, if you are down on yourself because let's say you can't physically drive, or there are some things you can't do. Those are things you can do. And those are things that you change your schedule. You change what you normally do. And this is only if you're really unhappy, you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. Same with exercise. I talk about going to the gym. You can exercise in your bed. If you have a good bed, not no flimsy bed that's going to break on you, but if you have a good solid bed, before you get out of bed, you could do exercises in your bed. You could stretch your legs. You could do all kinds of stuff in your bed and then get up. But at least it's not in your head saying, I was going to go to the gym. I was going to exercise. And then you never do. Just make it a point. You write it down. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to do it. And you do it before you do anything else. But anyways, those are just some examples, and they're small examples, because I'm in bed and taking the bed. Did you take meds? No, I didn't take any meds. I'm so sick. Like, I'm sick right now. I feel like crap, but I feel talkative. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling talkative, but I'm exhausted at the same time, but I can't fall asleep, and it's only 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And I should go to sleep because I could wake up at 6, but I feel horrible. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like I'm coming down with something, and I have a bottle of antibiotics. I'm so tempted to take it because from what I understand, people are getting the flu, and I think my body's fighting something off. And it's been like this for about a week. Like, I just feel weak and all nauseous and dizzy. So I started drinking a lot more water, and I kept going, kept walking. I keep going to class. But today it finally got me. And I came home, and I'm just laying here. And I wanted to do a podcast because I miss doing a podcast. But I don't want to go sit at the computer out there, you know. But I should have, because it actually has music. But you know what I'm craving? Like, I want steak. Like, I feel like having some kind of meat. Like, just some steak or something. Like, something good. And then I should take medicine and just pass out. I should just knock out, really. I think I'm just... But yeah, I was talking about no excuses today. And also when it comes to your internet business stuff. Alright? So, for those I speak to about making money over the internet, you know, by selling your arts, crafts, or reselling, and coming up with excuses. Now, some people have really good stuff that they could sell. You know, they have the ability, and they need the income, and some still are in the same situation they were in 6 months ago when I tried to help them, and I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore. You're not even trying. No one's even trying. It's like, I can't do it for you. So that's my rant. I'm just ranting about that because I'm like, I'm not the miracle worker. You know, I think I have some valid, good ideas. And if you want to try them, if you're asking me how I'm doing it, I'm telling you how I'm doing it. But then they think, oh, well, that's a little evasive. Okay, well, then come up with your own. You know, come up with your own style or your own thing and do it. But don't come to me 6 months later asking for me for money and still complaining about the same damn thing because you couldn't get off your ass to at least try. Right? Like, try. Where's my coffee? I need my coffee. Okay, hold on. Let me get back up. Oh, man. See, I'm really dizzy. I think it's my, like, inner ear. Is that killing you? I just bought a t-shirt that says, God's last name isn't damn it. Yeah. And you know what's so funny? I mean, it's not funny, but you know what, Mike? When I come on here, none of my intention is to be funny. And I don't know how it happens. It happens at school, too. Like, I stayed home yesterday, and when I take classes, I can't miss any days, because every time I miss a day, everybody notices that I'm gone. And it's been like that forever, right? So yesterday was like really bad. I just stayed in bed and I was like, okay, I can't even go. So I went by there today, and the first thing they said, you weren't here. Everybody was asking, like, they couldn't figure out what was wrong, and then they realized you're not there, And I think that's so funny because they're like, oh, 'cause I guess I'm entertaining, but I'm not. I'm serious. Like, I don't even try to entertain. I just talk, and I guess some people find it entertaining. So that's why I do podcasts. It's kind of been like that. Like when I took speech a long time ago, people were like, you should do stand-up. And I'm like, yeah, if you do stand-up, you have to actually have jokes. I don't even get jokes. Okay, I'm the worst person. Like, I don't even get them. And then you're asking, I don't even know what that is. I can't even do that. So, I think it's just the way I speak, or it's how I speak or something that crack people up. That and the way I look. Because I think what I do is when I talk, I have a lot of facial expressions that I don't do on purpose. They just happen. So, people think they're funny. My facial expressions. Like, you can totally tell, like, when I'm annoyed and stuff. I can't tell, but other people can tell. Like, they could always tell what my emotion is. They could tell when I'm upset. All kinds of stuff. All right. Well, let's see. Wow, I've been on for 52 minutes rambling and ranting and complaining about my No Excuses podcast. How couldn't they? I know. Well, see, it was funny. And I was like, one of the students told me today, he goes, no, it was like a ripple effect because, there's all these tables, right? And the table I sit at is the popular people's table. Like we call it I don't know, it's a joke. It's the highest table. So the people, like, I sit like right at the head of it, and then other people sit all around me. And then, like, when students get to that table, they're, oh, you made it up there. It's a joke. But they were saying, you know what? Rose isn't here. And then all of a sudden you hear the other tables like, yeah, where is she? And then he said it was like a domino ripple effect. You could hear people as you go down the tables asking where I was. And I was like, oh my God. But anyways, the point with that is I can't ditch. Like if a class has 100 students, like my political science, it had like 200 students. And it's one of those big, like, arena kind of classrooms where they don't even take roll because there's just too many people. And this was one quarter a while back that I took this class. So she doesn't take roll. So she didn't notice who's absent or not. But she noticed when I was absent. And it was like, and then she, the professor asked me why I didn't say anything. And I was like, she doesn't even take roll anyways. But the fact that she noticed me not being there, I was docked. Even though the other students weren't. Because she doesn't know who they are. But she noticed me. And that's my problem with these courses. Like, one day I'm going to go to a class and not talk. I'm just going to sit there like everybody else. I'm just not going to smile or anything. I'll just be quiet. I'll try anyways. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay. All right. Great encourager. Well, I'm glad you came by my podcast, Mike Myers. It was so good to see you. I'm kind of surprised to see you at this time. Have you been checking out a lot of the shows here on, where are we on? on Spreaker Radio. Let's see. Yeah, Spreaker Radio. All right. I'm so tired. All right, I don't know what else to talk about. So, yeah. My rant today was about no more excuses. And it's good not, you have to really watch about excuses. I mean, it's something I remember, but I thought that people kind of got used to not doing that. There's enough advice, or what do you call it? We're old enough to know, and these are people my age, okay, mind you. I'm not talking about the young. I'm talking about people my age, or people in their 40s and 50s that know better, that know not to make excuses. I know it sucks. I know the aging process sucks. You're tired. You don't feel good. Your body's going through changes, and you feel like just giving up and just saying, oh, let me just die, or whatever you're thinking. And it's not too late. And so that's kind of what I was thinking this. You're getting older, but with that age comes some wisdom, right? And you should use that wisdom. Use what you've learned. Because you are at a time in your life where you do have some clout. You're not a child. And if you want something done, or you need to talk to somebody, you go there as a grown adult and talk, or demand it if nobody helps you. You have that ability because you're older. So it's all about your mindset, and it's best if you kind of plan it out. If you just sit and kind of plan it out a little bit. Well, I have to go to this office, or I have to make this call to get to this point and get to that point, and you do the baby steps, and you take the chance, you take the risk. Because if you don't take the risk, the way I see it, you cannot take the risk or just be in the same situation in 8 months. You're going to be in the same exact situation. So either you take the risk while you can, and the outcome may be different, or it may not work, but either way, you're going to reach 8 months. So what I'm talking about is like older students who want to go back to school. Now, I had people who were understanding about it when I went back, thinking, oh, okay, because this is something I've always wanted to do. And then I also had those people that mocked me. Usually the people that mocked me have no education, right? Because they don't understand. They're ignorant, and they have no education behind them. So they don't understand that part, that wanting to grow. But I try to tell them, okay, this was a while back. In 4 years, I either have that degree, or in 4 years, I don't. So I cannot go and just age. 4 years go by and I still don't have the degree. Or I go and suck it up, get over my feeling inadequate and just go. And in 4 years, I have the degree. So either way, you're going to reach that 4 years, depending, on what life gives you. Right? So, yeah. So don't hate. At least I try to help. At least I try to take you along with me, It's either jump out of my car or come along with me. You're either come along with me or I'm leaving you behind. That's it. That's what it is right there. That's the whole gist of my podcast. No more excuses. You're either coming with me or I'm leaving you behind because there's no room in my car for whining. I feel a lot better. You're still having a blast? I feel a lot better. I feel like I feel like that was a motivational speech. But 62. Well, like you, okay? Like Mike, you're doing the radio show. You're trying. At least you're doing something. You're doing something you like to do. You're doing something that it's kind of fulfilling for you, right? You come on. Well, I don't know how you do it, but you're pretty consistent. Okay, that's my goal. If I could just be consistent, then all is good. But I'm not good with the consistent part yet. I'll be consistent for a couple weeks, and then I just totally change it. But yeah, but at least you're doing something. You wake up in the morning, you have this plan, and you talk about this in hopes, to help one or two people out there who could benefit just from some of your knowledge, and just, to communicate for fellowship. That's great. That's great. That's something. That's what I mean. It's something. You're 62. Okay. So you may be a little bit tired. You may be a little bit tired. Your back can ache here and there, but at least you're still living. You're still using the gifts that you were given, to progress, to, help others progress. Things like that. Exactly. It's cheaper than a shrink. That's exactly my point. Like when you're talking about communicating, back in the day, yeah, it was harder because if you had to go to a shrink and then they give you your, what do you call it? Lithium or whatever they give you. And then you were stuck with your journal, which nothing's wrong with journaling. I've talked about journaling. Journaling is a big thing. Okay. But you were stuck like that. Now we live in an age where there really is no excuse. Like, I could go on here right now and let's say, okay, for me, I have all right, I have anxiety, right? So let's say I wake up and I'm freaking out, which happens often, but I have my podcast. But let's say somebody doesn't do podcasting. And put anxiety friends, okay? All right. And there it is. SocialAnxietySupport.com. Boom, I found a site. All right. And there's like a little blog thing. I mean, it's a start. And there's a thread. Oh, wow, there's a lot of people that post in here. They have Facebook directory, Skype, Twitter, Yahoo. Oh, all kinds of stuff. MySpace. So this is a list of all these places that have blogs and spots and everything where you can meet people who have anxiety. Here, one person looking for friends. So let's press on. The person looking for friends is called serial killer. All right. All right. Well, anyways. Oh, you got to log in. Well, I'm not registering with that one. But see, there are things. I'm not all that tired. That's what gets me in trouble. But you know what sucks, Mike, is being manic and not feeling good. Like I love it. Like when I actually have the energy and I'm not dizzy, I'm not feeling dizzy or nauseated, and I feel good and I'm manic. Oh my God, I could get so much done. I could be so creative. I use that time quickly, like I can get a lot done when I'm like that. It sucks when you're manic and you don't feel good. And then you just want to pass out and you can't fall asleep for anything. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm totally manic right now. And, I can't do anything. Like, I want to go, I bought this supplies. I bought some Fimo clay, and I bought all these supplies. And don't hate, people. I bought it from China, okay? It took like 6 weeks to get here. But I got tools that would have sold for like $15 here for like 99 cents. So I bought all these tools and all my clay, and I want to sit and make these new things for necklaces and stuff. Like, I want to get a lot of this stuff done before Christmas time. And I want to go do that right now. But I can't, because I can't walk around because I'm feeling like lopsided. Like, I feel like dizzy. I think it's my middle ear or something. It's like I feel okay, but I feel like I could throw up too. You know what I mean? And like my eyes feel like all cross-eyed. So I drank some water, because sometimes if you feel like that, it could be dehydration, which would make sense because it's so hot here, and I really had not drinking a lot of water. So I tried to drink water. I was feeling all right. I went to lay down, and now I feel like all dizzy again. Get a lot done when you're manic. That's what my doctor says when I get off my meds. Yeah, the med part, like, I have Wellbutrin, and I'll be honest, I haven't taken it. I haven't taken it in about 3 months, okay? But I do have Wellbutrin, and which is kind of like the lowest thing that you could use right now, because I don't like taking the other stuff because it takes away my creativity. And that was my argument with my doctor, because I was like, I need that creativity to make my living. Which, I don't know, that's a whole nother discussion. Like, I feel like the medication that they give you when you have ADD or ADHD, or when you have anxiety. Okay, anxiety, yeah, you would like to manage that because that could really mess you up because it involves stress, right? But when you've got, if you're bipolar or have depression or ADD and stuff like that, you have that side that is kind of debilitating, when you get to that dark place. But when you're in that good place, oh my God, you get so much done. I mean, that's why you have actors, writers, musicians, they all, a lot of us have that in common. And the reason why we were able to succeed in our craft is because we have that manic state that the average person just doesn't. And that's what gives us our creativity. And so I was arguing with the doctor, like, okay, what are you medicating me for then? I'd understand it if you're medicating to help you through the dark time, right? And this is that time where you can't fight. I mean, I know there was somebody, I don't know if you know, Mike, there's a host on here who suffered with that, and he ended up taking his life. I think it was just last month, right? And you can't stop that, right? Like, if somebody already has that in their head, or that dark place, and I don't know if his medications, he wasn't taking them. I don't know if he, just kind of went off on his own with it. And you do need that help when it comes to that dark side, because, But then what about when you're in the good side? When you're in that high, when you're in that natural high, and you've got all these ideas, right? You get all this creativity happening. It almost feels like they medicate you to to have you conform to this box that society gives you. You should be only awake from 9 to 5. You should be functioning enough to put in your hours for your community, right? Go home like a zombie, eat your dinner, watch TV, go to sleep, do the same thing. Well, when you got someone who's creative, that is impossible. You go by your natural body clock. Your body clock wakes up at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, you wake up with a brilliant idea to change the whole world. And if you don't write it down or you don't create it at that time, it's gone. I guarantee you, the dude who created the computer had that experience. He woke up one day and he was like, oh, a box that talks, right? And it probably just rushed to him. They probably sat up there like crazy guys eating their pizza, writing this for days, putting it all together. And then they said, we're dropping out of school. Forget it. We just look what we created. And they ran with it. That you had to have that. You have to have that to be successful at create, whatever you're creating. Right? Okay. Yeah, see, the sleep. Yeah, that would be only downfall too, is the sleep part. It's making your mind go to sleep because you have to sleep, and that's the part that sucks. Because if you don't sleep, it's not good for you, and you start not hallucinating, but you start seeing beyond. Do you know what I mean? It's just not good. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for your body. Your body has to rest. It's just like when you work out. Okay, hold on. I gotta get more coffee. Oh, my coffee's over there. Hold on. Okay. I don't know where the volume is on here, or like how my voice is being picked up. Okay. It's just like when you work out. You can work out every single day. And this was hard for me to learn. See, I didn't research it enough during last summer. Because I was religiously preparing for my ankle surgery, right? That I was working out every single day. And I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't getting anywhere. Yeah, my leg felt a little bit stronger, but I was trying to prepare for that surgery so that when it's time for me to depend on one leg, right, and use crutches and use my upper body strength, that I would be prepared. So I worked out religiously from June all the way to November until I had the surgery. And believe me, it did help. It did help. But I couldn't understand why I wasn't progressing as quick. And I thought it was just because my age. Or, I don't know, I wasn't doing something right. Well, if you work out every single day, your body turns to jello. Okay? So, and in order for you to be successful at weight training or developing your muscles through working out at a gym, you have to do every other day, maybe 3, maybe 4 times a week, and that's it, because you need that resting time, and it's during that resting time that everything comes together. It's not during the time you're working out, it's during the time of rest. Okay, do you understand? So, with creativity or your manic, it's the same way. Yeah, if you're on that rush, your manic thing, you're creative, but if you go too long, your mind becomes mush, because your mind is a muscle, right? Your brain is a muscle, and you overdo it, and it becomes mush. It's the same way with your muscles and other parts of your body. So, that's how it works. I'm so knowledgeable right now. if I stay on this ride for another 3 hours, I'm going to know the secrets of the universe. That's where I'm at. I'm like, I'm going to know everything. This time I'll do a podcast on it. Because every time I get to that place, I'm like, wow, man. Like a tripper. Wow, man. I totally understand all the secrets of the world. I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember. And then I'll fall asleep, wake up, I totally forgot. It's like, oh. And it's that place when everything makes sense. Like, it's just everything makes perfect sense and you know why you're here. Oh, sorry, that cracked me up. Oh, okay. I feel better. See, that was funny. Like, to me, that was funny because I can't believe I'm saying it. You know what I need right now, though? I need that air conditioner on. I locked up because I was hearing things. Oh, from staying up too much? Is that what you're talking about? Or the voices? What have you been celebrating? Oh, you were locked up because you were... Yeah, that's probably... Is that coming from no sleep? Oh, I've had that experience before, but oh, too bad. There's a guy on here named Stabby. If I talk about spirituality, like he gets all bent out of shape. But I know for a fact that was a spiritual thing for me, and I remember I don't know. I mean, it could have been a spiritual thing or just part of the healing, for me. I was changing my life and I was like 17, 18 years old. And I was making a drastic change. Like I woke up and I said, enough. I'm changing my life, And if I always have been like this, right? Like changing the direction of where I'm going. And, when I did it, I actually had to fight family members. And because I was still young and pretty dependent on people, I wasn't driving, I didn't have a car. I had no way for anybody to help me get a car. See, we didn't have the internet. I couldn't just get on the internet and ask friends to help me. I was stuck. I was stuck in the house with no communication and no way to find help. Only through the phone, if I was able to use the phone when nobody was around, kind of thing. And it was a big battle. It was a big battle. And I still feel like at that time, it was a battle for my soul. It was a battle, I guess, for my heart. Because my heart could have easily, because of my past, it could have ended up really bad. I could be dead. Okay? And part of me was like, no, I'm going to live. I did not put myself in this situation. This was what I was given, and I was going to fight my way out of it. So I had that fighting thing that came through. And during that time, I did hear voices. Like I still don't, like I remember this one night, and something bad was about to happen, like really bad. And all of a sudden I heard, get up. Rose, get up. Get up! I heard this, and it woke me up, and I was like, what the hell? Like someone literally yelled in my ear. And I woke up, and I looked around, and the situation, I was coming close to like getting killed, and I left. Like I had like 3 episodes like that, like 3. So I don't know if it was spiritual. I don't know if it was my body alerting me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was part mental, like my body knew there was danger, woke me up automatically. or what? So it's hard to explain, but I would like to think it was a spiritual thing, more like something saved me. I would like to believe that that's what it was. But I had that. With a German Shepherd? Well, yeah, but see, you don't know. That's the thing. And society can take something like that and turn it into something medical. They could turn it and say, you're crazy because you're hearing things. Oh, what is that movie? You should look it up. It was a movie of a native girl, okay? And she was walking literally at one point, and this is a true story, she was walking in the footsteps of her grandmother. And she was at this building where they took the native children and they tried to make them conform, right? This is when they cut their hair, whip them and stuff if they spoke their tongue, and tried to turn them into white America, right? They were trying to convert them. And this woman went back to where her grandma was, and she would have these dreams like she was walking in her grandmother's footsteps. And they ended up trying to put her in a mental hospital, saying she was crazy. Well, at the end, what it was is the memories of her grandmother was helping her in a present situation to unlock a secret. There was a family secret that ended up coming out. But during that process, when she was trying to get help, she was trying to tell people, they locked her up because they said she was crazy and hearing voices and stuff. But she wasn't. It was like she was being spiritually led, to answers. And I don't know what the story is called, but I know if you put it in a Google, maybe, a native girl, I don't know. But that's what it was. And it's a true story. It's a totally a true story, too, or a diary or something like that. But they made it into a movie. So you never know. But right now, where I'm at, I'm just tripping. I have no shame. I know I'm tripping out because I'm tired, okay? And I don't feel good. And I need some sleep. I need some meat, actually. I need to eat. But that means I have to cook. Like, if I want to eat, I have to actually cook something. Because me and my dumb healthy thing I want to try. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. But the good thing is that you try to help yourself, right? You got help and you try to fix it. There are some people that refuse to fix it. They will just stay stubborn in it, and I was just at that place, like, if I ever get that way, I even tell the kids now, if I ever get that way, you tell me, you tell me to get help, you tell me to fix it, because I'd rather have them tell me than walk around not knowing, just letting me be that way. I have no shame. I'll fix it, I'm like, oh, I need to do this, okay, I'll make the changes that I need to make for my family. I will not put them through anything on purpose. Like, I wouldn't purposely just be stubborn and stuck in it, if I'm harming everybody. Because partly because I don't want them to go through what I went through. I don't want to be that parent. I want to be that parent that did everything I could to make sure that they were okay. I'm so hungry. I want like ribs or something. I don't know if there's anything I can eat. Like, And there's nothing out here. It's not like I can get in the car and go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get chicken. There's like nothing out here. Unless you call Rusty's Pizza. And in Rusty's Pizza, you have to wait almost 2 hours because they're far away, right? And then they charge so much. So if you just want a pizza and maybe some wings, that's $40. That's $40. What time is it? Okay, it's only 9:45. I mean, technically, I guess I could get dressed and go in the car and run to the grocery store before they close. I don't know. The taco truck. You gotta have cash for the taco truck, though. They have like 3 taco trucks out here that will come out about this time, and they'll be out there till midnight. And they all are homemade burritos, tacos, whatever Mexican food they got. And none of them are friends with each other. They're all in competition with each other. So there's 3 of them. So if one goes out there and parks, all 3 of them come out. And they all compete with their prices. So it's like, but there's only one I like. Like this other one that I went to, because our favorite guy wasn't there, theirs was gross. Like their tacos were all soggy. And I don't know, they tried to put some sauce in it, which grossed me out. I was like, no, I just want shredded beef. Carne asada. Like, I just want meat. And then they're like, do you want cilantro and onions? I'm like, hell no. I hate cilantro. So it's like, I just want the meat, and that's it. And then sometimes I crave this burrito that only this guy would make for me specialty, because the other ones look at me like I'm crazy. But there's chili relleno. You know what that is? It's this chili. Well, anyways, I always want that in a burrito. So I want like the chili relleno with beans and rice and cheese in a burrito. And so I ask for that, and sometimes they just stare at me like I'm nuts. I'm so happy with what I have been through, so that... Yeah, see, there's always a blessing to it in a way. Like, there's always a reason. I mean, you're old enough to know what I'm talking about. Eventually, you find out that what you've learned, you're able to help other people. And that's what I think is the main point. Like, everybody. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should be like a philanthropist, but when you use your knowledge and the things that you know to help others, to grow, you get blessed in return. And you don't do it with the hopes of getting blessed. It just kind of comes back to you. So that's always a good thing to do. And it doesn't matter what it is. If all you can do is crochet, just teach people how to crochet. And, it helps with stress. It helps them be creative, and you can communicate. All right. So I guess I'm going to go get my food because I'm starving. I don't know if I'll be back tonight. I just kind of wanted to talk, I guess, for a little while. Thanks, Mike Myers, for coming by and chatting with me. That was so nice. And especially he caught me live. That was cool. And DJ Bad Boy Network. So thank you, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to go listen to your other show in an hour once I get my food. And I hope you have a great evening. Have a great day. You have a good night, okay? It was really great seeing you again. I hope everything's going well. And give me about 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, I'll be back to my normal schedule and I could catch your shows live. So, but 2 weeks tops. At least by the second week of June. No matter what, I'll be done. So, okay. So until next time, everybody take care.